אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
יש לך שתי ידיים, יש שתי רגליים. איך התגעגעתי אליך, אבא.
תראו איזה גבר, תראו.
איפה הם פה?
רועי התחיל את העץ.
אני בסדר, מה את בוחר? אני הכל טוב.
נון, בוא.
Hi, we need to talk to you.
Yeah.
I know we're recording too, just so you know.
I didn't do nothing right.
No. Like, hold on. You are in violation of the court order. So
You're not under arrest.
you're not under arrest right now, but you're in violation of the court order. So we're gonna help educate you on that.
I thought 200.
So
So 200 feet.
here's a little hasty map.
They're
The
saying
corner.
he's too close.
Yeah, you absolutely have been too close. So I wouldn't go past this apartment building. I would
Where's
say
that at? Right here?
this one right here.
Okay.
And the way I was Googling it on my Google map with the measurement, it was almost to the middle of the hedge, like in between both of those apartment complexes.
Okay.
And to be safe,
All right.
it looks like it might be,
That parking thing?
yeah, if not a little further. Like I
I'll
said,
just go back over
This
there.
is literally just a hasty map.
Thank you for letting me know.
But you're going to be documented every single time you violate this.
Okay.
Do you understand that?
Yeah, I thought I figured
You're running the risk. So the court order is from a judge in the court system, right? So you're basically giving the finger to the court system.
I think it was a mistake,
So,
though, right?
I didn't realize that 200 feet was that
What's
far
a mistake?
away.
The court order from a judge?
No, the 200 feet. You
Yeah,
didn't
I
measure.
I was being educated right
Right,
now.
No,
right.
that's why I said I'm not going. No, I thought this
Okay.
was crazy.
So
So I think one thing we should clarify, when I walked up and started interviewing you, you were telling me that you couldn't be within 200 feet and
Yeah.
you were going to honor that.
Yeah,
And then the
I'm not
police
going-
said you were too close and you
Yeah.
didn't know that.
No, I mean 200 feet's not. I don't know.
We could get a measuring tape.
Yeah, they just don't want me out here because we're making a difference, you guys. We're making a difference. We're bringing patriots out here. We're making our voices heard. We're all over the news, all over the world, because what we're doing is right, and what we're doing is going to be part of history, because this is a turning point, and they're trying to stop it.
A few moments later.
Politics, call it the wrap-up smear. You smear somebody with falsehoods and all the rest, and then you merchandise it. And then you write it, and they'll say, see, it's reported in the press that this, and this. So they have that validation that the press reported the smear, and then it's called the wrap-up smear.
The White House border czar Tom Homan was recorded on an FBI surveillance tape in September 2024, accepting $50,000 in cash. Did he keep that money or give it back?
George, you've covered the story ad nauseum. Tom Homan did not take a bribe. It's a ridiculous smear. And the reason you guys are going after Tom Homan so aggressively is because he's doing the job of enforcing the law.
If you're in the country illegally, you're on the table. Because it's not okay to, violate laws of this country. You got to remember, every time you enter this country illegally, you violated a crime under Title 8 United States Code 1325. It's a crime. So If you're in the country legally, you got a problem. And that's why I'm hoping those who are in the country legally who have not been ordered removed by the federal judge should leave.
While you are emphasizing that you go after national security threats, you have said no one's off the table. If you're in the country illegally, you better be looking over your shoulder. You should be afraid and start packing now. Is that what you're doing to get hotel workers out or people working on farms, that they'll be so scared they just leave?
Look, I think if you're in the country legally, it's not okay. It's not okay to violate laws of this country. We have millions of people standing in line, taking the test, doing their background investigation, paying the fees that want to come in the right way.
Trump. Okay. Tell me why Trump. I'll tell you why. Most of the people you talk to will say Trump, because most of the people you see here, like you're in a locality called Little India, and most of us come here legally. We are working, we are hardworking people. We are very qualified. We literally slog our asses to come to this country. I know my own process. It took me around 5 to 6 years of documentation, preparing my case, and I'm a triple degree holder. I have a degree in economics. I have a degree in law. I have a degree in CPA. So it's not that people we are hardworking people, and we really come here with expectations of a good life, but to also contribute to this country. We respect this country, we love this country. And the point is, what I'm trying to make here is most of the people here are the same. They all are hardworking. Indians are hardworking, Americans and Indians, and they all love this country. And we would not like to see this country going down the drain. We do see how things are, and people are not stupid. People can see the good versus bad, the right versus wrong. So there are many problems that were not existing when Trump was here, and we see those problems now.
Let's talk about the arrests so far. Numbers released the first day.
I think it's really preposterous. I know Tom. I think that he's a good man. He gets death threats. He gets attacked. He gets constantly threatened by people because he has the audacity to want to enforce the country's immigration laws.
My wife's living separately from me right now, mainly because I work so many hours, but mostly because of the death threats against me. She's someplace else. I see her as much as I can. But the death threats against me and my family are outrageous. So, but my boys both growing up. One followed my footsteps. The other one still bankrupt me in college. But
I think that it would be a much more interesting story about why is it that Tom Homan, who is simply enforcing Americans' immigration laws, is getting constantly harassed and threatened to the point of death threats. That's a much more interesting question that I think journalists should focus on. We can agree to disagree on that question.
Well, wait, you said he didn't take a bribe, but I'm not sure you answered the question. Are you saying that he did not accept the $50,000?
George, this story has been covered ad nauseum. He did not take a bribe. Did he accept $50,000? I'm sure that in the course of Tom Homan's life, he has been paid more than $50,000 for services. The question is, did he do something illegal? And there's absolutely no evidence that Tom Homan has ever taken a bribe or done anything illegal, which is why he's working in the administration.
I'm asking you, did he accept the $50,000 that was caught on the surveillance tape? Did he accept that $50,000 or not?
George, I don't know what you're talking about. Did he accept $50,000 for what?
He was recorded on an audio tape in September 2024, an FBI surveillance tape, accepting $50,000 in cash. Did he keep that money?
Accepting $50,000 for doing what, George? I'm not even sure I understand the question. Is it a crime? Even the far left media like yourself? So I'm actually not sure what the precise question is. Did he accept $50,000? Honestly, George, I don't know the answer to that question. What I do know is that he didn't violate a crime.
So you don't, what was caught on the tape, you're saying right now you don't know whether or not he kept that money?
I don't know what tape you're referring to, George. I saw media reports that Tom Homan accepted a bribe. There's no evidence of that. And here's, George, why fewer and fewer people watch your program and why you're losing credibility. Because you're talking for now 5 minutes with the Vice President of the United States about this story regarding Tom Homan, a story that I've read about, but I don't even know the video that you're talking about. Meanwhile, low-income women can't get food because the Democrats and Chuck Schumer have shut down the government. Right now, we're trying to figure out how to pay our troops because Chuck Schumer has shut down the government. You are focused on a bogus story. You're insinuating criminal wrongdoing against a guy who has done nothing wrong instead of focusing on the fact that our country is struggling because our government's shut down. Let's talk about the real issues, George. I think the American people would benefit much more from that than from you going down some weird left-wing rabbit hole where the facts clearly show that Tom Homan didn't engage in any criminal wrongdoing.
Boom, bam, bop, bada bop, boom, pow.
It's not a weird left-wing rabbit hole. I didn't insinuate anything. I asked you whether Tom Homan accepted $50,000, as was heard on an audio tape recorded by the FBI in September 2024, and you did not answer the question. Thank you for your time this morning.
No,
Illinois
George,
Governor
I
J.B.
said that I
Pritzker's
don't.
Up next, we'll be right back.
Politics, call it the wrap-up smear. You smear somebody with falsehoods and all the rest, and then you merchandise it. And then you write it, and they'll say, see, it's reported in the press that this, and this, so they have that validation that the press reported the smear, and then it's called the wrap-up smear. Now I'm going to merchandise the press's report on the smear that we made. And it's a tactic.
What became of the $50,000 in cash that the FBI paid to Mr. Homan in a paper bag, evidently?
Senator, as Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche recently stated, the investigation of Mr. Homan was subjected to a full review by the FBI, agents, and DOJ prosecutors. They found no credible evidence of any wrongdoing.
And that was not my question. My question was, what became of the $50,000 in cash that the FBI delivered, evidently in a paper bag, to Mr. Homan?
Senator, I'd look at your facts.
Are you saying that they did not deliver $50,000 in cash to Mr. Homan?
Senator, as recently stated, the investigation of Mr. Homan was subjected to a full review
different question.
by the FBI agents,
That's a
by
different
Department
question.
of Justice prosecutors. They found no evidence of wrongdoing.
You got a good line of bullshit, but that's about it.
I said what I said.
You know, you're very concerned about money and people taking money, and you
You
rail
know-
against
wait a
dark
second,
money.
wait a second, wait a
Yet you
second,
work with dark
wait a
money
second.
groups all the time, Senator
Wait a
Whitehouse.
second.
Politics, call it the wrap-up smear. You smear somebody with falsehoods and all the rest, and then you merchandise it. And then you write it, and they'll say, see, it's reported in the press that this, and this, so they have that validation that the press reported the smear, and then it's called the wrap-up smear. Now I'm going to merchandise the press's report on the smear that we made. And it's a tactic.
Homan investigation. I mean, can you just speak to, did the president ask the Justice Department to close the case, and does Homan have to return the $50,000?
Well, Mr. Homan never took the $50,000 that you're referring to, so you should get your facts straight, number one. Number two, this was another example of the weaponization of the Biden Department of Justice against one of President Trump's strongest and most vocal supporters in the midst of a presidential campaign. You had FBI agents going undercover to try and entrap one of the president's top allies and supporters, someone who they knew very well would be taking a government position months later. Mr. Homan did absolutely nothing wrong, and even the President's Department of Justice, even Kash Patel's FBI, looked into this just to make sure. They had a number of different prosecutors and FBI agents who looked into this. They found zero evidence of illegal activity or criminal wrongdoing in the White House, and the president stand by Tom Homan 100% because he did absolutely nothing wrong, and he is a brave public servant who has done a phenomenal job in helping the president shut down the border. Mary.
Crying harder. Crying harder. Trump is your president. Crying harder. Crying harder. Trump is your president.
on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist!" Catch!
Do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do.
No one has ever been more dangerous to this country than Donald Trump, and he is a fascist to his core.
Hey, let me shut down the city! We are at war!
We're at a war right now.
We are at war.
So you have to be willing to do whatever is necessary in order to save the country.
And that's why the gloves are off.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
And yes, there are many threats to democracy. We see it with these extreme candidates.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
You can only push people so far. And then they start to take matters into their own hands.
What the American public want is for us to bring actual weapons to this bar fight. This is an actual fight.
You know, this is literally call to arms.
The MAGA movement is a threat.
But Michelle says that, when they go low, we go high. No.
With all due respect, if they go low, we don't go high.
When they go low, we kick them.
We take them to the mud and choke them out.
And make sure that they stay down. And you know what? Kick them when they're down, because they deserve it.
Get up in the face of some Congress people.
We are going to be in your face. We are going to be on your...
We have to fight this in the streets.
We're going to fight it in the streets.
It's time to step out of your comfort zone and step out into the streets.
To our Republican colleagues, if you do not see the light, we will bring the fire. Resist! You and your little friend off of Twitter. Y'all about to find out.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
He's not going to have a third term. He may not finish this term.
Yes, the last few days you woke up thinking there might be news. Just saying. Just saying. There will be news sometime. Just so you know, there will be news.
I want to be remembered for courage for my faith. That would be the most important thing. Most important thing is my faith in my life.
But if you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.